Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hasan Zeki Al. I'm a retired engineer. After my retirement, active business years, during my retirement years, I decided to learn modern programming languages, and so far I have learned a dozen of new generation of programming languages. Scala was one of them. Actually, I decided to prepare some lessons, some lectures regarding Scala. However, I didn't make a decision of which programming development environment to be used. And after that, I decided Eclipse IDE environment. I decided on IDE environment, Eclipse IDE environment, and by using Eclipse company's integrated development environment, I prepared a dozen of programming lessons, and step by step, day by day, I will give the codes and make it run and see the output, and I will make explanations regarding the stuff and regarding the rules and how to use some algorithms and so on. And let's start our lectures. Okay, this is my development environment. As you see at the first line, at the first pane, there are lessons, and this is my desktop, as you see, and this is the output. And right away I would like to start to be familiar about Scala program. I can say Scala is a member of Java programming languages group, and in Scala, almost everything is objects, and after editing your program, after interpreting your program by means of Scala interpreter, the code is converted into bytes, and these bytes can be executed, can be performed by Java virtual machine. And for the time being, that bits and pieces is enough for the beginners. And let's go with our example. Okay, for commands we use this structure, slash star, asterisk or other saying, and star slash, and within this block we can comment anything that we'd like to mention for the developer. And here, as I said, everything is an object for Scala, and the program name of my examples, Scala demo _00. So we have to use this specific name as object name. This is important, you guys. I mean that Scala demo 00 must be the same as object name, and this is conventional structure. I here define the main function here, and this is the method hello world, and as you can see, it's printed in a single line. So I'd like to run this one and see the output. As we expected, hello world is printed on the screen. Let's go with another Scala program. So this is used for showing commands. Okay, this for multi-line command. Okay, this is line by line mode, and it's not interpreted after executing the program. Just it's for the sake of our eyes and our paraphrasing, in fact. And just this line will be printed when we run this program snippet. Okay, just you might have noticed that actually program name is increased 1 by, so 1 by 1, so Scala demo becomes not 0001. Okay, this was important. Okay, this is the next program snippet. Here I define a method here, hello, and \t world \\, and so these two strings, okay, will be printed out, will be displayed in separate lines, as you can guess. Okay, what's wrong with this? No, just it creates tabulator. Just I confused with \n. Okay. This one scale demo tree. Here I define my variable, and I defined my another variable. Here at first I define as integer, okay, and this is this will be another one. Okay, this time it's gonna be string, and this time I define my variable as 20, and hello Scala without data type declaration. Okay, and after that I print 4 types. Okay, just look this one. Okay, at first it's printed as my var. Okay, this is a variable type. Okay, the next it's a value, not be commutable. That's to say cannot be changed afterwards. And this is the string. Okay, the declaration. Let me this. Okay, and next time I define another my var here 20, and this is printed out without data type declaration. This is important. Just as a summary, we can say that we can declare, and we can print out variables without mentioning any type declaration. We have to say here, of course. However, later we don't have to change it or mention to change it. Okay. Here, Scala classes and objects. There is an example for that. Okay, I have to import java.io with this structure in order to use some definitions here. And here I define a class, a point class. This point class will include 2 arguments, xc and yc, and one is that means it cannot be mutable, and the other also is it's immutable, and all both are integer. And here I define my x variable so as to xc, and the other so as to yc. Okay, this is much better. Where we left, okay, I define a variable x so as to be assigned as xc, and I define another variable y so as to be yc. So I define a move function. So just trying to find out the distance between 2 points. In fact, one dx distance x will be integer, and the other dy integer for the y axis, and this is the function this is the expression to increase the value with distance. And here as a printing method, point to x location semicolon x plus x and point y location plus y, so it's concatenated after leaving empty space. And how about my Scala demo object? This is the original name, Scala demo 04, and I here create instance of point class, okay, point class, and its name is PT, it's val, and the structure is like this: new point 10, 20, okay, this one, and this is the comment for what I've been doing, and pt.move. This time I use move definition, the function, and 10, 10. This is the initial, and this is the new point. So just I would like to see it. And just you can see 10, okay, 10 plus 10, 20 for new x location, x coordinate, and 20 plus 10 that equals to 30 will be our y location, y coordinate, y coordinate. Okay. This was the simplest example of class and function definition, which is called within our main function, and by giving some method. Okay, let's go another example here. Of course, we import the necessary modules here, and my new point I am saying here, and this time also two arguments that I've been using, xc and yc, variable, okay, variable x will be increased by new one dx, and variable y also will be increased, and this is the explanatory text. Okay, what's gonna be done afterwards? Okay, location, I define a class, location class. Okay, I use here override keyword here, and I override. When I use override, my new value will be like this, okay, and ZC extends my new point here, okay. Just this is the facility, this is the utility to use my class in fact, okay, that extends my new point, and here this is for three variables x, y, z, and just when we give the initial, okay, 10, and for z 5, and new location 10, 20, 30, 15, new location will be printed one by one. Okay, 10 plus 10, 20, 20 plus 10, 30, and 15 plus 5 equals 20. Okay, just I can show you, this is the object creation, okay, this is the object creation. Just look here that when we created this object, we define the existing or the new argument values for x, y, and z, and this is the existing or initial value of our instance. Okay, let me go one more. Go for one more. Okay. Okay, this is an example for implicit class. I here define times variable, and here this is the function definition here, and it's gonna make a loop, and it will accept an argument which name is current, will be integer, and as long as current greater than 0, this loop part will be performed, and of course loop will be decreased by 1, and loop x will be performed. Let's run this program snippet. Okay, something wrong with this. I cannot see. Anyway, I skip this program. I will compensate it later. Okay, here, as I said, this is the object. Everything is almost object. Just you have to mention this Scala demo 07. This is the same. Okay, and here I define a method here, print method, and this is the very fresh new structure for Scala beginners. 4 times print line. Just focus on here. There is no asterisk or multiplication sign. Just by saying 4 times print line, just for hello will be printed on the screen. Okay. Of course, not mentioned to say that curly brackets should not be forgotten. Okay, this is another class. Here I define another point here, okay, with 2 arguments, xc and yc, and I assign these xc and yc for my variables x and y. I define here another move function here, so x variables will be increased by dx, and y also will be increased by dy, and our main function, within our main function, I create a instance, create a object of this class, point class. Okay. Okay, just I tried one thing that seemed to be an error to me. Okay, if we do not give any initial value, so if we do not give any new value, so it's gonna print out the existing arguments. With our existing arguments, 10 and 20 will be printed out here, okay, by means of these methods, because as you see, there is no other decrement value or new point. Okay, here are the examples of arithmetic operations. Okay, I define a variable here, a, b, c, d, 10, 20, 25, and also 25, and for arithmetic operations, just I have to use parentheses, okay, and as you are familiar with this one, and this is the modulo operation, and also this is another modulo operation. As you can guess, we can see the result 30 minus 10, 200, okay, A multiply B, and B divided by A, okay, 2, 20 divided by 10, 2, and B modulo A, 0, because there is no remaining, and C modulo A, okay, 25 modulo A, 5, that means 5 in fact, because 10 times 2 equals to 20, so 25 minus 20 equals to 5. And this is another example. Actually, at the end of this operation, our lesson 1 will come to an end. Okay, our variable A will be 10, B will be 20. Okay, this time there is logical comparisons here. If actually there is a secret if here, A equals B. This is the text to be lined. A equals B. This is a logical comparison. If it is true, it's going to be printed as true. And if A does not equal to B, if A is greater than B and less than B, and greater or equal to A, and less than or equal to A. Okay, just let's make it run. Okay, the first expression, okay, result of the first expression is false, because actually A does not equal to B. So this the negation in fact is true, so it's going to be printed as true. And I wonder if A greater than B. No, so this is going to be false once again. And A less than B, okay, true, that's true. And B greater or equal to B, yes, that's true also. And B less than or equal to A, no, that's not true. Okay, you guys, that's the end of lesson 1. I think it's a bit confusing, in fact, because I suddenly started with the examples of class creation, object creation. However, in our next lessons, there will come much more elementary examples, and step by step, after lesson, we'll go deeper on Scala examples. Thank you for your watching me, and please do not forget to subscribe my channel, and please give your recommendations, your comments in my page, in my channel. Thanks once again. Good evening. Bye bye.